Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio in partnership with E360 TV. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and we are so thrilled to have you here today. Our show is A Woman's Prerogative, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We actually have 2 episodes of this fabulous show each Monday. So it's at 12 noon Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. British Summer Time, and 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is midnight British summertime. Okay, our topic today is the role of fashion, art, and personal style in self-expression. Joining me are our panelists, Dr. Madalene Chan. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Dr. JACALYN. Hello, viewers. Hello, E360 TV viewers and USA Global TV viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, founder of Star Child Universe. And let's welcome Caroline HEWARD, the Harley Street stress expert. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm not going to repeat all that. Hello, everyone. Good to be here, as always.
So nice to have you here. Jenetta Barry is out in the safari country doing a charity bike ride, so she'll not be with us today, and we may be joined by Dr. Desiree Richardson. We shall see. So before we get into the topic of fashion, art, and personal style, there are people out there who haven't met you 2 fabulous women yet. So let's give them a little bit of a background about who you are and what you do on and off the platform. Let's start with Dr. Chan.
Thank you, Dr. JACALYN. Well, I've been a singer and a songwriter, and I've been awarded. I've been in the industry for a good 3 decades. I then went on to be a teacher in helping people to perform in confidence and write songs and in the recording studio and bring out singles. From that, I started to work with Dr. JACALYN. I got the opportunity to be presenting, as a guest on Rapping with Dr. JACALYN. And from there, it's just been wonderful in the way that both Dr. JACALYN and myself got together and we wrote some courses. I wrote some courses and I worked together with Dr. JACALYN. She helped me to present them for USA Global TV education for the elevated listening programs. At the same time, I help a lot of people if they want to bring out their story in a song, which we have Songs for You. And through that, you will be connecting to your creative heart genius. That's what I do. I help people to connect to their creative heart in order to become the best version of themselves in the outer reality and the inner world, especially the inner world. That's me, Dr. Madalene Chan.
Thank you, Dr. Chan. Much appreciated. And congratulations on all your accomplishments. Also joining us, Caroline HEWARD, the Harley Street stress expert. You have done significant work in the world to help others as well as on this platform. Tell us more. You're on mute. Hello, dear, you're on mute. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Apologies for that. My name is Caroline HEWARD, and I'm known as the Harley Street stress expert. I've been doing stress management work for 23 years. And I started doing this work after I fell into a depression after my father passed away. And I cured my own depression and anxiety. And in that process, developed skills and therapies to help others. And I continued training throughout this last couple of decades plus, and I continue to train. I help people with all manner of stress, anxiety and depression issues, relationship issues, and I've solved my own issues and I help others. Prior to that, I was in corporate, in marketing and PR, and in management since I was 19. And I have an excellent background in the way that people had to handle their stress in their working environments. And I have an understanding of what creates the stress in that corporate environment so that I can help people from that space. How I help people is I deal with root cause therapy. I use chakra psychology. It's a very quick process to literally obliterate their stress. For a free 30-minute consultation on either Zoom or Skype or Messenger, video, audio, or if you're really camera shy, over a telephone call, you can reach out to me on nomorestress@live.co.uk or call me on +44 if you're international 07523 120 189. And I look forward to helping you literally bust your stress.
Bust your stress. Bust your stress. That's an advert. You keep doing an advert, Caroline. It's amazing. I love it.
It's fantastic. Thank you, Caroline, and congratulations to you for all your success and for all the value that you bring to us and to our audience. So let's get into the role of fashion, art, and personal style. How would you describe your fashion sense? Don't be so quiet.
I'm happy to go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Please do.
When I was young, I was very into fashion. I had to have the latest belts, the latest trendy skirt, top. And when I was young, there was only 3 TV channels in the UK. And it was very easy to be in fashion. And I was never out of fashion when I was very young. But as I got older, there seemed to be less onus on what you had to wear, and there seemed to be much more flexibility and much more arrangement of different fashions for different people. And so as of late, I don't tend to follow what I deem is a fashion. I like to wear what I like to wear. And so when I was very young, I was having to be in fashion. I didn't get into labels, and I didn't get into, sort of having to wear the most expensive trainers, because that wasn't my time. I certainly have had experience of being around friends that have been much younger than me that have to have the latest labels and fashion. For me, I like to wear leggings because they're really comfortable, and a nice top. And before, when I was in corporate, I would wear a straight-laced dress and literally pushing my curves into something that was very straight and very formal and not very me. But I wore a uniform, and that's what I would call it, a uniform that was a fashion uniform within corporate. And when I was not in corporate, I was very happy to wear those soft material fabrics onto my curves, and I really enjoyed it. And so now I don't feel that I have to be anything to anyone, and I have my own thing.
I love that.
Wow, congratulations,
Caroline. I never
Empowered.
thought of looking at it in that direction, in that perspective, because I totally resonate with you, Caroline. I mean, I came from the 80s, 1980. Well, I mean, from 70s. Actually, I was born 1970, but the height of my fashion was 80s, 1980s. So with Madonna, remember Toy Boy with all the lace gloves and the bows in the hair and everything. And I just love to dress up like Madonna. But then I went through what you call the goth stage. Oh my goodness. I was wearing black all the time, and my skin was, I was like a ghost, and thick black makeup and black lipstick and black nails. And I thought I looked the bee's knees. I mean, these days you call them emos, I guess, emotion, But yeah, I went through that. And then when I went to London, I had to have a uniform because I worked in the nightclubs. a men's gentleman nightclub. And therefore you had to dress to acquire and attract the male attention. So you can imagine tight skirts, heels that so hurt your legs, and then tight bustiers and a big padded bras that the wires just went into the boob part. It was really painful, and it was like for hours. So start work at 8 o'clock, be there, get ready, get your makeup, and get out of the place at 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and then probably go to a nightclub after that. So dress up again. And my days of when I wasn't doing that, I was in slacks. I was in jogging pants, like what yoga people, very relaxed, loose clothing. From then, I then got signed to a record label where I was told what I had to look like. I was told what I had to wear to have a brand. And so it was full on makeup, full on eyelashes, everything full on, even when you're performing in the hot burning lights in a big stadium, just burning, really, just my makeup. It was hurting me because it was so thick. So I went from that, and then on the days off, I had no makeup. And did my skin suffer? It suffered so much. So then after that, I came away from there, became a teacher, and literally became very natural, more bohemian chic, more hippie chick. And I guess that's what I am today.
Wow, for someone who didn't think they had anything to contribute on this topic, backstage.
No, it's only because Caroline said it.
I'm just thinking that myself. I thought, wow.
Wow, that's quite a journey. I'm learning a lot about both of you. Thanks for sharing that. From my perspective, I was in corporate for decades, and so I was used to being dressed up in a suit, a lot of pinstripe suits, pantsuits, dress suits, pinstripe dresses. Even I wore a lot of scarves with pins. In fact, that's from the old days. And then I guess when I retired from corporate in 2020, then the pandemic hit. I also was getting really sick with my ulcerative colitis. I decided nothing that is going to touch my waistline. So I don't ever wear pants. I don't wear jeans. The only thing I wear, I have 2 uniforms. One, like I'm wearing today, I'm always in a dress with my jewelry on, with my hair done, and I'm dressed up. And the second is the exact opposite. I'm in my workout clothes with nothing on, no makeup. So it's one extreme or the other. And I have to say, I was very obsessed with designer clothes. And I've spent a fortune, tens of thousands of dollars on designer clothes over the years. And I was able to sell them. Interestingly enough, I sold a lot of them on eBay. I still have a lot of them. But I also have, and I'm just saying this from my perspective, because I really feel like shoes can be art. I have some of the most beautiful designer shoes. I used to have them in a case that you would put china in, and I'd have them under the light so the light would hit them a certain way. And now I'm in my socks. So when I'm broadcasting, I'm always in my socks or my sneakers and my socks. And I don't wear any of those beautiful shoes because I'm on an island. So I would look absolutely ridiculous if I was wearing 6-inch heeled shoes walking through this island. So now I wear a lot of flat shoes. They're all sandals with diamonds, jewels all over them. So they all have Swarovski crystals, those kinds of things, or sneakers. So it's one or the other. And I see Dr. Desiree is with us. Let's welcome her. Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
Nice to have you with us.
Hi.
Nice to have you with us. So
Hi.
we're just chatting about our own sense of fashion style. And before we go over to you, why don't you introduce yourself to people who don't know you, and what is the work that you do on this platform as well as on your own platforms and in your life?
So hi everyone, my name is Dr. Desiree Richardson. I'm the founder of these amazing platforms. They are Women of Heart Foundation, Women of Heart Awards, Gentlemen of Heart Awards, Face of War, and of course some other amazing platforms as well. And all of these platforms were created to empower, to enlighten, to educate, to inform, to inspire, but most importantly, to celebrate those women and men who are making a huge impact in the world. And these are people who are in the business world, the humanitarian sectors, philanthropy, and of course, leadership. And of course, besides that, I am an international best-selling author, humanitarian. I do face modeling as well, and international public speaker. And what I do here on the show is share my thoughts and, of course, be part of something amazing here with Dr. JACALYN each and every Monday here on Global TV and Radio, or Radio and TV. I want to make sure that I get it right. And yeah, so this is a little bit about me and what I do. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It's nice to have you with us. And as we continue our discussions, we have all shared our sense of fashion and style, and as it's evolved over decades. So Dr. Desiree, why don't you share with us what was your fashion sense and style, and what is it today?
I love fashion. I'm a fashionista. As a little girl, I enjoy dressing up. I enjoy dressing up my dollies. I had one of my favorite dollies. Her name was Rochelle, and I still remember her up to date. And I think that's where I learned how to, how to embrace, the fashion sense and walk into that path of, learning to take care of yourself and, dressing up, looking pretty, but also if you have to feel that way as well. And I think that what really brings out the whole thing about fashion is about feeling the part, not only looking the part, it's about feeling the part and presenting that part well, and all develops through your personality, your persona, of course, and how you want the world to see you in that fashion sense. So my fashion style is more, I do love tone colors as well, but sometimes I wear a lot of black. But sometimes I can, brighten it up with some colors, some hot colors as well. I think they really look good against my skin tone. And so yeah, I do love dressing up. I do love to look good, and I do enjoy shopping as well. I love to go shopping, and I do have a look at the latest fashion trends online. And yeah, so that's what I do in terms of fashion. I love fashionista. I also took part in a lot of fashion shows as well here in London. And before coming to London, I also won many competitions in the fashion world as well. And so here I am, fashionista, just love fashion. Fashion is a thing that really can help us heal in so many different ways, because when we're able to, to feel good about ourselves and shine that through fashion, is just absolutely amazing.
Wow.
That is, yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing that. That's fabulous.
I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah, it's a good way to learn about each other and also share information with our audience. So I know I was always obsessed with Vogue magazine, and as soon as it came out, I don't even know if it's still in paper format, but it used to be so thick, and all the pages of the models and what they were wearing. And then if I found something that I really liked, I'd narrow down to one thing, and I'd say to myself, okay, I want to get this one thing. Let me see where I can find it. And it was like crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And I'm glad that I don't have that. That's psychosis in me anymore. But I think it would be fun for the three of you. I don't know. You've all met in person, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. So
yes, we did, yeah.
I'm the only one who hasn't met you in person. But I'd love to hear the three of you chat with each other about what you heard each other say about your sense of style and what you perceive as that person's sense of style. So in other words, Dr. Chan, you talked about your evolution, and it sounds like you consider yourself to be dressing sort of a hippie style. I'd love to know what Caroline thinks about your style, and Dr. Richardson, no judgment, but just how do they perceive and so on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop off for just a moment while you three have that chat. So please feel free to go ahead.
All right, Caroline, you're going to take it.
Yeah. Yes, I am. when I was hearing you going through your fashion decades, Dr. Madeline, because that's what it felt like, it reminded me of some of the things that I did. So when you said that you'd left school and you were really in the fashion arena in the 80s, it just triggered my memory of being in the 80s and what it meant for me. And when you were saying that you were very hippie and bohemian and very into that, you know, big makeup in the clubs, it reminded me what I was doing. And, you know, it was kind of every time I heard you say something, it just put me back into a moment in time for me as to what I was doing. And at the same time, hearing your evolution of your different makeups and different styles as having to wear very thick makeup. I remember, you know, that time, certainly in the 80s, where I wear that big black eyeliner, that big heavy mascara was a thing. And it was my thing too, you know, so I think it was a thing of the time. And, you know, sort of the heels, I remember, you know, sort of at that time, it was very much a thing of big heels, you know, and like so the most outlandish heels, but there were only 3 stations, you know, to kind of get your hook into what was fashionable at the time. And it was your background was quite similar in terms of how you move through your fashion, you know, really heavy makeup and then feeling more natural as you went through your decades. And I've certainly done the same. I've moved from wearing very, very heavy makeup to moving into much more natural makeup. And, you know, I remember, you know, as you said, you were wearing black nail varnish, that I was also wearing some very dark colors in nail varnish. And it was, I think it must have been a very, very similar time because we were both born, you know, in the UK, and it was the way that it was. And so I could really relate to the things that you were saying. And from my perspective, now I'm thinking that I feel very comfortable in kitten heels rather than very high heels. But,
oh, my goodness. Yes. And thank you for that, Caroline. And Dr. Desiree, how about yourself in the way that in the 80s, how did you dress? Because if you've been in fashionista, I believe most of your life, I think you've been a leader in fashion.
Well, yeah, I
what
took
was your
part in many.
evolution?
Yeah, I took part in many pageants and beauty pageants and talented shows, you know, as a teenager, and even here in the UK as well. I was the Miss Elegance representing our London North in 2018. And then I think it's in 2020. Then also I took part in 21, I think, like a few of the events, the fashion events, the Miss British Isles, and just a couple of, so it was always part of me as a child growing up, you know, experiencing, you know, the stage and modeling and showcasing, you know, the different styles, you know, that was asked to wear. But I do love fashion, and I would say I was more, I wouldn't say like the kind of like style that you were, Dr. Madeline, was more, you know, rocking those jeans. And there's a pair of jeans that I'm going to show it to you that I still have up until this day. I remember wearing them on stage, presenting other, you know, grand artists who, you know, who came for these festivals as well. And I still love that pants up until now. And I still have dresses that I would never throw away. You know, they're still in my closet. I just love them. You know, so do you all have that as well? Like you have some clothes that you just have for years and is like one of your favorite pieces? Well, I do have some, you know, outfits that I do love a lot, and I still have them with me. So I used to wear a lot of jeans, you know, because, you know, I used to rock the jeans so well because I always had this, you know, these hips, and, you know, they look great on me as well. So I was a jeans person. But to tell you the honest truth, since I've gained so, you know, a little bit of weight and everything like that, I didn't wear jeans in a long time because I felt that it was a bit too much to pull up, and I just got, you know, a little bit of, you know, put off on it as well because I couldn't get them up, you know, after gaining some weight. And so yeah, I was a jeans person. I used to rock jeans very well, you know, the hips and, you know, the Coca-Cola shape at that time. But now, you know, it's going to be hard for me to get back that Coca-Cola shape. But yes, I was a jeans person. I used to rock a lot of jeans, you know, yeah. I was a
Oh,
jeans girl.
you're so lucky, Dr. Desiree, with jeans, being in the jeans, because I missed that jeans, and now I'm in the jeans, but it's kind of, it's not that comfortable
One
jeans.
second,
I
I'm
need to
more like
lose weight.
I'm more like leggings, just, you know, up
Yeah,
and go.
that's what I am. I'm leggings. I'm a leggings person.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
a
like
leggings
that,
person. I'm
Caroline?
not a jeans girl anymore. I'm more like,
No,
you know, you pop it on and, you know,
those
pop it
tight,
off.
sexy jeans. Woo!
Mhm.
Better days ahead. How about you,
Because
Caroline? Do
it's
you wear
more easier with
jeans?
the leggings. Yeah, it's much more easier.
Well,
Yes.
for me, it's just reminded me, listening to what you were saying, you know, about jeans. I was very much, I was very much into Saturday Night Fever, and I was always in the clubs. And I learnt Saturday Night Fever dancing. And I remember when I was only about 14, I had quite a little wispy figure. You know, I was always very I was always very slim at the bottom, so I could wear very small, you know, legging, you know, sort of yoga type things. And I wore this half circle skirt, and I used to love it, you know, and that was just a real fashion thing at the time. And I used to wear the body, you know, the boob tubes that were just here, you know, for the disco dancing.
Mhm.
And it was just something I did. And then moving into the new romantic time, you know, sort of in the early 80s, I was in black and white and wearing, you know, sort of all the new romantic gear. And it didn't really matter what my figure was then. You know, I used to get away with, at that time, it was a lot of white. And so it would show up every bulge and every little bit of, you know, sort of weight that you had. And I was conscious about that. And at the same time, felt very comfortable in wearing white and bright yellow. So my fashion has changed, certainly in latter years, and I do wear a lot of black, as you do, Dr. Desiree.
Yeah, I do.
And I think that that's just comfortable. You know, I look good in black. And then when I wear a different color, you know, like red, for instance, people generally say to me, wow, red's really your color.
Oh
And,
yes, it is. You were stunning. You were stunning. Actually, stunning last year in
Yeah,
red. It's
I
beautiful.
can see
Beautiful.
red. Definitely red. You're definitely a red person, and even Dr. Desiree, you're red as well. Which comes to think about colors in the way that they're creative, they're quite artistic as colors. Another question in today's topic is, what is art? What is art to you? What does it mean as art to you? So, Dr. Desiree, for example, what is considered art to you in
Well,
your
art to me
self-expression?
is creation, creating something that, you know, has come from your thoughts and idea and creating it. That is art to me. It's something that comes from within, and whatever that is, and when you create it, it becomes an art, something of your personal creation, and that is art to me. It is your talent, it is your creativity, and it is your, you know, your vision of seeing whatever you're going to create it and planning it, and then, you know, getting it done. That is art to me. That is your inner creativity coming out and creating that masterpiece, whatever it is. Our whole entire life is an art. If we create the life that we want, that is the art of our life. So art to me is about creation, is about bringing it to life, whatever it is, whether it's a thought, an idea, and making it happen. That is art to me.
That's wonderful. That really is a wonderful answer. Thank you, Dr. Desiree.
You're
Love
welcome.
it. Love it.
well, for me, I felt that art meant, you know, prior to me in latter years, I would just get the glitziest blue, electric blue eyeshadows. and the electric blue mascaras, and I didn't really have a consideration or any focus on where they were coming from and what was in them. And I would say now my art is more about being a bit more conscious about what I put on my face and what I put in my body and what I decide to consume. And so my art now is much more natural based, so, when I'm wearing makeup, I'm quite conscious of being natural, and at the same time wearing makeup that is coming from, sort of natural sources, without having any cruelty to animals, and without having being tested on animals in any way, and being natural, being mineral based. And, I feel that, we are a canvas, whatever we put inside our bodies and whatever we put on our faces is an art. And I'm quite conscious now about the choices that I make. Whereas when I was younger, I wasn't so conscious, perhaps because I didn't really have an understanding of it, or I didn't know where to go and look for these types of products. It was I was very much a natural person, but, I would buy the brands that I knew. And in the fact that we now have shopping channels, and I worked for Holland & Barrett as a manager for a number of years, I then found out about natural makeup and natural conditioners, and it made me have another degree of consciousness about art in terms of what I used and what I chose to use versus what was just readily available. So being informed and making more informed decisions about how I looked versus how it was just where products are just pushed onto us. A lot of these products that I buy now are not even advertised.
Thank you, Caroline. What you've been talking about there just made me reminisce when I used to wear a lot of makeup when I was younger. And I don't know if you remember, Miss Selfridge, they had the neon blue purple lipstick that I just loved that. And it was always out of sale. And I never thought about how many animals were suffering at the cause of our vanity, the makeup. And it's only when I got older, I started to look into it. And I remember I started to use Barry M cosmetics. Yeah. And that was the first one, because what I loved about them is that they used all multicolors, the rainbow colors even more. Whereas I found before, when I began to start using makeup that wasn't tested on animals, it was very neutral shades, very boring, actually. So I was really happy when Barry M came out, and it was like, wow, can really go artistic with the face and everything. So I totally resonate with you on that. For me personally, art, well, it's about my creative heart. It's about expressing, as what Dr. Desiree said, expressing your thoughts, expressing what's in your heart, your inner world, and putting to paper or putting to screen, and creating something that is of your own co-creation with the creator. So art to me is about being connected with my creative heart, because all I've known is being creative. That's all I've known. I've never really known about logic and keeping a full 9-to-5 job. I've never done that. I've always been the one that's just always done things on a whim, always done things creative. I've always let the creativity express through. Sometimes I got into trouble for it. Sometimes it didn't go that right way. But at the end of the day,
yes,
it was expression. And that's all you can be. Express yourself.
And of course, we are all creative beings in this world, and and we all have a purpose, and that is that we all can create. Our whole life, is an art. Whatever we do, whatever we say, however we act, our actions, it's an art of who we are in the world. So yeah, we are an art within, and so whatever we create, we are all creative human beings, and we are all we are all artists. You know, we can all create something amazing because each of us, we're unique in our very own way, and we're all on this earth to create something amazing, and we have been creating things amazing. And like I said, so go out there and create something amazing and be the art of your life. Create a life that you deserve, because you are the artist of your life. You are a piece of art that is
I
created
love it.
by God.
Yes, I love it. You are the
Yes.
artist of your life. It's fabulous. And also, not only the art, but you have the sound, the frequency. You even have your own soul note, which is an expression of the art. And once we all discover our own individual note, knowing everyone is significant, we have the
Yes.
World Global Orchestra. Woohoo!
Yes.
We have
Yes.
peace on earth. Sorry.
Yes.
Talking about notes, Dr. Madalene, I really like that idea, because when I started to study chakra psychology, I realized that it was all about my vibration. It was about how I showed up and where my frequency was. And if I had a frequency of being sad or angry, I would then attract more of that sad and angry. And if I had the vibration of love and gratitude and compassion, it was amazing how many people were showing up in my life and actually expressing that same gratitude, love, and compassion. And so I always look at what's showing up for me and what the connection and the communication is, because that's showing to me where I am. It's like my feedback mechanism of what I'm being and showing up in the world to be. And one of those aspects of that is that we are very much creating everything, all of our connections and everyone around us. And we're actually creating our experiences just by being who we're being, and just by not saying who we're being, but being who we're being, and feeling it from a very deep place within us. Because a lot of us say things, and we say things that aren't what our true authentic selves are being. So it's about what's really inside of us and how we show up in the world. And I feel that that is creation.
It's thank you, Caroline. Isn't it
That was
amazing
beautiful.
how all three of us have all come down to creation, expression of ourselves, and through our art? It's amazing.
Yeah.
We all start with how can you know that an artist has a clear canvas? Every day I start with a clean canvas every day, because it's not good to carry that energy from the previous day, because it doesn't relate to the next day. So everything is different frames. So everything is canvas, and you can paint that canvas and you have different people in that canvas, and then you go into another canvas and you have those people in there. Like, I guess the way that Dr. Desiree, in the way for the Woman of Heart Awards, the Woman of Hearts and the Gentleman of Heart, you're creating a clean canvas for each and every one and shining them out into the world. That's phenomenal. Can you tell us more?
Thank you so much. Yeah,
about
thank you
how
so much.
you
Yes, thank you so much for that, Dr. Madeleine. And of course, because you see, our world is, we're moving into, let's say we're in a new era, and we don't get to see the beautiful creation of this world. I mean, this world is beautiful, but what we get to see every day is all the negativity that is shown to us. And what we're doing with Woha and Goha is that we are bringing all of these amazing creators, because like Caroline said, that we create this space, we create this beautiful synergy, we create this energy that is vital, and that is positivity. And what Woha and Goha is created for is to show that positivity, that the world has a beautiful side, and that we don't get to see that often. We don't get to share the stories, the creative stories of these amazing men and women in the world who are making a huge impact. And if we get to show more of that side of the world, then we can bring humanity and create something that is so beautiful and so magical, and that is world love, world harmony, world peace, but we have to create the synergy of love, because it cannot be done, and it can only be done through love. And after love is created, and we all can create that, once we come together and show that union of love, the positivity is love. Once the world gets to see this, then we can influence more of this synergy into the world. And once we have that beautiful synergy of love, then we can have peace. And with peace, there is hope. And hope brings us a better world for all. That was what her and Gohar is set out to do. Thank you.
That's just
Wow,
wow,
really
that's just
well
amazing.
done.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Desiree. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Really beautiful.
I really enjoy the interchange between the three of you, and I've learned so much. Absolutely beautiful. We have about 10 minutes left in our show, and I'd love for us to talk a little bit about what other ways do you express yourself in addition to through fashion and through your creativity, through your art? Are there other ways that you find ways to express who you are? Caroline, I was going to you first. How do you like that?
One of the things that I like to express myself through is my home, and I just have this knack of creating very beautiful homes and expressing myself through having a lot of plants. I seem to have a skill of looking after plants, and they bring my home to life because they are living, breathing, and breathing a lot of oxygen into my home. And when I finish, and I'm still in the process of completing my new home, I've had a whole of house paint job, and I've had my new carpets down, and I can't wait to find a handyman to put up my curtain poles, and so I can have my lovely red curtains up in all the rooms. And there's one thing that people say to me when they see my home. They go, wow, this is a really beautiful home. And I'm looking forward to finishing off those final furnishings and those final things to move it from the house into a home. But this is something else. It's an extension. Everything is an extension of you and who you are. And so I've constantly felt that, you know, I fill my home with things that are arty, that are related to me. So I have a lot of crystal, and I have pictures that are, you know, of healing things, like sort of the chakras, of things that are important and reflective of my nature. So Buddhas, for instance. And so I collect pictures of Buddhas. I've got a beautiful one that's got Swarovski crystal in the picture. And so then it becomes less of things and more meaningful things that are around me that express who I really am versus who I'm trying to be.
Excellent. That's
I love that. Starting at home.
When are we coming over?
Yeah, party at Caroline's. Actually, I'm not far from you, Well, I'm quite fast.
And I'll cook. I'll do the cooking. And who's going to do the washing up?
I'll clean up.
I won't clean up because I can't clean up. In fact, I can't wash up. I can't. I'm good at clearing, but washing up, I don't know. I think I've got this little pixie that every time I wash up, it puts more dirt on the plate. Serious.
I thought you were going to say you broke the dishes.
Well, I haven't got to that yet, but you know, who knows?
There's still hope for you then.
There's still hope.
So, Dr. Chan, how do you express yourself in other ways?
Well, I'm very childlike in the way that I wake up in the morning. First of all, I say happy greetings to the Father, Mother, God, and the universe, the angels, guardian angels, and people that I've lost, that have gone on to the other side. And then I begin to look and do some study, reflection, meditation. Then I go to work. If I have to go to work, come back. Then I end up going for a walk, take Teddy. I end up being connected with all nature, and suddenly my attention is away from the cars. So sometimes I'm walking across the road, I don't even see the car because I'm just so looking at that tree that's across the road. Thank good. I mean, seriously, I'm a bit of a nightmare as far as cars are like, because they just see me just walking past, like jaywalking or something. But I'm just so in that moment. When I see a dead animal, I have to send it over to the light. Because I think, oh my God, that poor animal, that poor insect, that poor rodent, that poor deer, that poor hedgehog was on its own at the point of death. And that's the most loneliest place ever, so dark. So I think, okay, let's bring it out. And so I imagine a golden light, and I imagine the spirit of the animal going up into the golden rainbow and up. And you know what? As I do that, I feel my back stretch, everything just lift, and I get as high and as big as the sky itself. And I see the animal spirit go up, ascending high up there. So what at the same time, I believe that everything is alive. So I talk to everything, even if it's in my thoughts. I respect and love everything. The crystal kingdom, the tree kingdom, the flower kingdom, the constructive insect kingdom, the elementals. I am a divine expression of divine love. There you go.
I was speechless for a moment. Okay. Wow. That's huge.
Wow.
Please watch as you're crossing the street. We don't want anything to happen to you. Not everyone's paying attention. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Please look both ways. Thank you. Dr. Desiree, over to you.
Yes. I enjoy creativity, let's say in the home. So I love a clean environment. I love to dress up my home. I just love to go out and shop, put the flowers, put the wall art, get the best sheet spreads. I just love. So this is where my creativity is as well. Something that, but a lot of my, people who used to come to my house, that comes to my house know that. And I've showcased it a few times that I love a nice home. I'm very creative with the home. I've also been helping friends as well, like dress up their home. I'll go do their shopping, buy their cushions, buy whatever they need for their home to have that beautiful creativity in their house. And this is what I love to do as well. So this is another side of me. Also, I had OCD, but now I don't have that anymore after doing a few sessions and getting to know what it was, because I was this person that, if you sit on my chair, and once you get up, I have to fix the cushions right away. Or if you sit on my bed, I have to pull the sheet. So it was like, that's my creativity. But I never liked mess. I always like a very clean and happy home. So this is where my creativity is. And sometimes it was a bit too much, too obsessed with having everything in order. And then I realized, like, come on, it's life. Nothing, you can go to bed and left a few dishes in the sink. That's fine. So now I'm not that over obsessed with just keeping everything in order. I can just, like my bed, I haven't even made it up for the day. So, so I'm not that bad like before. But yeah, I do love creativity in the home. Yeah.
I'm laughing over here, Dr. Desiree, because I actually use a lint roller on my bedspread, and all the pillows have to be lined up. I have to walk around and make sure everything is, and then there's runner. There's a runner that goes across the bed. I have to make sure it's perfect. And whoo, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was like that, like my kids, they couldn't put a shoe there. It will definitely, I would get like, a bit, don't put your shoe there. Everything has to be clean and put away, packed away. Any pillars or anything hanging down, everything had to be like really groomed. But now I'm not like that anymore. I can, leave a little shoe over there. That's fine. But yeah, I totally.
Yeah, I'm still at the other end. So
yeah, so that's my creativity in my home. I love a beautiful home, and I love to dress it up and get all the beautiful things that made it look beautiful. That makes it look beautiful. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this episode. Lots of great conversation and great sharing. Thank you. We have just a couple of minutes, 2 minutes to be exact, to share our information. So let's go around quickly, please, and just let people know how they can reach out to you and the services that you provide. Dr. Desiree.
Oh, please send me an email. That's Desiree on the screen, .richardson@gmail.com. And of course, you can get in contact with me and be a part of, what I'm doing in the world, whether you're nominating other individuals or you want to come and celebrate with us and get involved with some of my platforms such as Face of Woha. And I'm happy to announce that Caroline Haywood is a finalist in Face of Woha, so congratulations. And yes, so she's going to be at a theater here in London, and she'll be on stage, her face, her voice, and her message to the world, empowering the new generation of young girls, empowering her future. So congratulations to Caroline Haywood, one of our finalists. And this is what I do. We invite women from all across the world to come together to help change the world through speech and to help heal our planet through profound leadership, love, kindness, hope, inspiration, and messages of love and wisdom. So this is what I do through my brands, through my platform. So reach out, email us if you would like to be part of Face of War next year, this year, faceofwar@gmail.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Desiree. Appreciate it. And congratulations, Caroline. I didn't even know that. Super news. Yeah.
I didn't either. You kept that secret.
There's been a few things I've not told people yet.
Caroline, do tell us now how people can reach out to you and the services you provide.
I provide literally helping you bust your stress. And I'm doing so much of that, I forget that I've been a finalist, and I still have to post these things on social media. So I also have just completed and passed with certification a suicide and self-harm training with flying colours. So I help people literally whatever way that your stress comes, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, behavioral, whether it's relationship issues, whether it's sadness, loneliness, heartache, whether it's anxiety, depression, physical, emotional ache and pain, I help you break through so that you become more peaceful, so that you connect more deeply to yourself and you connect in a way that literally your physical, emotional, mental, behavioral stress dissipates and disappears. I offer a free consultation on either Zoom, Skype, Messenger, video, audio, or phone call or WhatsApp. You can reach me on nomorestress@live.co.uk or reach out if you're international +44, if you're local 07523 120 189. I look forward to helping you bust your stress.
Thank you, Caroline. We're literally down to 30 seconds. So Dr. Chan, how can people reach out to you?
The magical 30 seconds. Hi, Dr. Madalene Chan. If you want to express your creativity and you have no idea about your creative heart, your creative genius works, I can help you to bring out your voice, to connect you to your heart, putting the heart back into art. That's what I can do. Reach out to me, madalenecarolchan@gmail.com, or find me on LinkedIn, Dr. Madalene Chan, and I will be there to help you find a better life, to face your fear, to become in love with yourself, in love with your creative heart.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone, for being here. A quick plug, if you'd go and purchase a copy of my book, Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening, with a foreword by Keith Saltoyanis, I would truly appreciate it. It's over on Amazon. Thank you. Thank you to our official VIP sponsor, Zane Carson Karuk. We really do appreciate you. Here's her sponsorship, and we'll be closing out. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, my name is Zane Carson Karuk, and I'm the author of this book, The World's First Tooth Fairy Ever.
Reading is magic. Studies have shown that reading to your children lays the foundation for greater success in life. Reading helps develop language and vocabulary skills. It helps improve memory, and it encourages curiosity and inspires creativity. The benefits are immeasurable, and as a parent, you'll benefit too. In only 10 or 15 minutes a day, you'll be creating more memories and a bonding experience that will last for years to come. So take time to read to your children. Read them books about things that engage and interest them. Tales of fairies and magic fascinate children, and as everyone knows, the Tooth Fairy is at the top of the list. If your child loves magic, wands, adventure, and what child doesn't, you'll love reading them books from the trademarked series, The World's First Tooth Fairy Ever. Follow along as Abella, the world's first tooth fairy, accidentally starts the tooth fairy tradition. Learn the tricks of being a professional tooth fairy in the book Abella Starts a Tooth Fairy School. Your child's imagination will soar as you read the adventures of Abella and her magic wand. These wonderful books are available at worldsfirsttoothfairy.com and at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart.